We now return to Yuan, the provincial capital in the south of the Tang Empire. It is necessary to build a new city to drive the trade development of surrounding cities. Finally, it is required to build Tinwang Pavilion in the city to highlight the prosperity of the Tang Empire. Something tells me this is going to be very long and be a lot of time to get this one right. I do this a couple times. There are a few kinds of commodities cities can produce. They need to import commodities to meet the needs of residents. Urban income mainly depends on taxes. An army of appropriate size should be established to protect the wealth of the city. That right there is what's going to screw me. One pavilion. Is that what that is? I imagine it unlocks. Alright. So, here's all that. What do I have access to? Can't make my liquor. I can make my tea. I can make tea. I'll have to import cocoon somewhere. Right there. Alright. So, what do we think? Probably one big tea thing right there. It will let me do smaller teas. Who buys what? So they'll import tea in Chang'an. Yangzhou. Seems to be my first export then. Plus we'll have, like I said, the silk, which sells to both of them. So why don't we go ahead and open that? Open to you. Open to you. And then that's where we get our cocoons. That goes there. So if I did one, I could do a smaller one. Okay. That's acceptable. For once, there's a fair amount of land dedicated to agriculture. So that's where that is. What else do we have here? I see a little bit of stone, a very, very little bit of stone. I don't see any iron, so that's going to have to be a thing that we do here. I'm going to suggest that this be our stone that's got the most close together. What's actually really annoying is that it's all scattered everywhere. There isn't just a nice big flat area. I guess maybe we could do it here. It's kind of flat. But I'm going to have to think about... I might be able to squeeze it in there. I'm gonna have to think about what I want to do with the walls. Because if we're gonna be building military, we're gonna be doing the defensive thing too, no doubt. Well, I would suggest here. It's a lot of wood eliminated, but it's going to be necessary. Alright. Now, this market seemed to be like a good idea. Maybe pull it a little bit down. Oh, here, let's just go ahead and put the houses in first. So if we're going to build that, we want it to go there, so I would think maybe I could bring it back. Okay, that still works out. And depending on how I build this out here, I might be able to make a southern neighborhood for elite housing. Trying to think of everything that elite housing needs. I might actually get away with like a small thing here. And then I could put a bigger one down below. Though I will have to rethink this just a little bit, because there's always something right here. So what I could do is leave myself a little bit of room, and then shift it down. See, if I shifted it down 3, that would allow me to have a big central thing. Do like 2 parks or something. Thinking even more about that, though. I'm probably going to have a road that cuts across. And at that point, maybe I should just slice it across here, and then just make its own thing that way. I don't know. Anyway. Okay, so we got that. I do want to know when I can make that pavilion, but maybe I'll be able to branch that off and save it or something. I don't know. We will have to see. But anyway, this now needs to be brought in. So like the furthest over it could go and actually be really viable would be like here. So I think we'll do that. Now if that's the case, why don't we have that go that way? Oops. Gonna have to go like that. And then we're gonna need a warehouse. Now the warehouse, I'm hoping to get a warehouse that would be close enough to like all of this. So why don't we put that there? We'll put another safety guy. Oh, that's actually pretty big. Another safety guy here. Or closer to that. I don't. What could go there otherwise? For that size, nothing. Let's put that there. All right. Well, let's begin. Build the pavilion, a memorial building with a long construction cycle and a lot of building materials that applies human and materials. Resource should be well planned before construction. Building material will be transported through the warehouse, so a warehouse with building materials should be configured nearby. Oof, that's big. But that would actually be a fantastic point right there. I just need to know what it takes. The fact that it has coverage of houses makes me a little bit nervous, because is that going to be a requirement for them? If it's going to be a requirement, it's probably going to be a requirement for advanced mansions, or possibly whatever the last level is. And if that's going to happen, then having the elite housing built down here is not going to be the best location for that. So this has screwed me up a little bit. I suppose I could just delete it. If it doesn't work out there. Wood, stone, brick. Or is that clay? That's clay. Holy shit, look how much stuff there is. We're going to have a specially dedicated place just right back here. I think I'm going to need a lot more than just this for housing. Which, if that is the case, not going to be friendly to that stuff. It's going to... Okay, it does cover it, barely. But I should move them more central if I really wanted it to be taken care of. I just don't want to have to move this shit again. Alright. We'll probably end up building right in the middle here. And then that doesn't cover them at all. So then this pavilion should actually be right in the middle. Okay, this is what? 9? Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to rebuild the city. Alright, let's try this again. Turn that off. And since this might only need to be here, what I'm thinking is I can maybe leave a gateway through here somewhere. So I can surround the little city with some work. If I put it there, it should be able to extend over to here, so we can get some early wood. It's just going to be right outside. Right. Why? That's so quiet suddenly. Maybe that's why. Maybe because I forgot how annoying the noises were. Tons of people unemployed. Alright, so we go in here, and we can start up the tea, right? Or was I going to start up the silk? The silk would probably be better. Now, if you look at this though, I don't know what the ratios are. I can only import 12 units, 1,200 units of cocoon. How does that translate into silk? Would it even be worthwhile? I mean, it would be for the tea. And they come via land, okay. We can't even make our own clay. We can't even make our own stone. You were joking with that. 11,000 stone? I need 400 stone first. Oh, what the hell? And we're gonna have to, this whole time, I'm gonna have to be defending this place as well. Game, why do you test me so? Who even sells? Okay, so Chang'an is definitely my first port of call. Has to be. It's because of the iron. So we have got to make them. Now, it has got to be then this route because of the cocoons. It would have to be them next for the stone. But if my first bit is just making tea, we can hold off on the next bit. But that's not going to offset the required iron that I pull in. I'm willing to bet. So we got to go into silk almost immediately. But first, let's just focus on tea. Oops. Oh, okay, fine. We will export all of that. So, I said we can just get that to go all the way over here, or potentially build smaller ones along here. I just bump that up just one bit, it'd be so much better all around. Okay, it would be negligible to do that. Now I don't think we've got to transport that, seeing as how it is by land. We could put a trade route right here. The land trade route is over here. So they'll just have to walk a very long way to get there. Unless I made the little farms here a part of it. So to get 2 farms out of this, we're going to have to make a pretty big compromise. And an otherwise rather large sacrifice too. See, at 61... 51 or 60. Probably be better to have the larger one more fertile. Yeah. That would give me 63 right there. We can't bring it down that far. So it's going to have to go right there. So, make a... I guess maybe I should... That tree will be my dropping off point. That'll probably do it. All right. Because we won't really be growing anything else unless I also want to sell excess grain. I could put another warehouse over here for that. Do it this way. I guess so, and then if I have my trade port out here, okay. Okay, so back to exporting tea. It's all good to go. We've hooked that up. $156 people yet. Alright. So that'll be first. I'll wait until we actually get some grain in here before I start distributing that. Smart idea. Next, I feel like I should leave a little gap here. That way I can put some beautification or something, because they're going to need it. Probably going to end up taking out some of these houses too. then what needs to be done? So we do need iron. Which again is coming from inside. So I guess that does mean a little complex here. Because I'll have to make a spot for the military to exist in. Now they just straight take iron. We don't have weapons makers, so we don't have to worry about that. We could do a little thing there and then kind of branch to the back. So we could get at least 3 units in there. Not with the kind of money that we've got, of course. I'm concerned that this is not going to be enough right off the bat. It probably will not be. No. Am I getting my hands on ceramic? I can make my own because we import clay. However, that is clay that I'm then not putting towards the monument. And I'm willing to bet every step that I hang out on that, it'll be worse. So we can get clay and ceramic from them. And then I guess we'd be selling our silk straight to them. This is a pain in the ass. Alright, well, let's go ahead and open that then. We can begin the silk production. Now, silk goes straight to the selling as well. So, if I'm leaving that gap to be built there, let's do a thing like that. Alright, that works. 1, 2, 3, 4. Suppose in reality, I can't build it. Okay. So we'll get that. Then we'll turn around. We will import 800 at a time. And then export all silk for now. And with this, we've probably also got enough for City Hall. Here's another problem with the way I've laid this out. We're not going to tax everybody. If I put it here, though, and then I put the elites along the side, we'll at least tax them. Right now we're taxing half the city. Well, I mean, they will be taxed if I build another one. Because you can build multiple city halls, which doesn't make any sense. It should just be a tax office. But at least we can get started. And we're going to have another storehouse down here anyway. Because it's going to have access to everything. So, if I keep the elite houses away from here and just keep them sort of on the sides, it should theoretically do what we need it to. And then this one I can say, get the grain. We will see if they pay attention to that or if that is too far away. Too far away, isn't it? I want to see where they'll take it. They won't take it anywhere. I'm gonna have to rethink how I plan this out. Because what I probably should do is have a central little area for distribution. Alright, well, whatever. I'm gonna pause this one here and continue on next time when I figure my shit out for this level.